I didn't know whether or not I was going to turn this into a triple P or not, but I knew I was going to talk about it. But you know what? I said, fuck it. Why not? Why not do a triple P on something that I thought was actually funny to me? But when I first heard about it in its initial stages, it kind of pissed me off. So we're going to be talking about this thing called slave play. Now, I talked about this on my channel maybe around the time when it first got announced a couple years ago. And I and several others was like, what the hell are they doing? Like, what is really going on? And it's a play, a Broadway play, a Broadway production by this man by the name of Jeremy O. Harris. Is a black man. Now, I don't know whether or not he's in the academy, but someone I'm sure is going to let me know down in the comments. Already I was turned off just by the title because I already knew where they were headed with it. And then when I was looking at the pictures, you know, of the black female slave with the white with Massa and Miss Ann with the big black buck and you know, I'm guessing seeing someone who was supposed to be a buck broken black, quote unquote, like a Steven from Django. Like, it was just like, I was like, just looking at the images alone, I was already turned off. But the reason why I'm doing a triple P about this is because on Sunday night was the Tonys. As you know, the Tonys is the awards for Broadway productions. Of course, they didn't have it last year because of WOVID, but then again, there's a lot of stuff that didn't happen last year because of WOVID. So last night they had their Tony Awards, and the theme was Broadway's back. And Slave Play was, if I'm not mistaken, the most nominated Broadway production in Tony history. Like, out of all the plays that the Tonys have ever had come across, you know, in their show's history, Slave Play had the most nominations. And that right there alone just makes me sick. But the funny part about this is that out of all of the nominations that this show was nominated for, it won zero awards. It kind of reminded me of The Color Purple back in the 80s when it got nominated for so many Oscars and didn't win any. That's the best comparison that I can make to when it comes to this situation right here. So it was nominated for a lot of awards. I don't know how many in total, because some of them they said that were nominated as much as 10. So this one had to have more than 10. They said it was the most nominated Broadway production in history. So, you know, it got shut out. It didn't win anything. So many are suggesting, you know, well, I'm suggesting, you know, they only nominated for optic purposes, you know, to get people to watch it because, you know, I guess they had a huge following, and apparently they did, but not by who you would think. Well, actually, probably by who you would think, because these were the people that were upset. So I'm scrolling through, and the reason why I'm talking about this because I follow Terrain Walker on Twitter, and shout out to him, because he was talking subliminally about a play that he was glad did not win any awards, and something just told me it was that Slave Play, but he didn't say it in his tweet. So I decided to search it into the search bar on Twitter, and sure enough, that's what people was upset about. Man, when I tell you, you had a whole stream of palm-colored tears just falling down like Niagara Falls, mad that this Broadway production did not get any awards. And they had the nerve to say that this was racist. Excuse me, but I don't think many black people were lining up or running out to go see this. At least not any that I knew. I've seen plays before, but none like this, and don't plan on seeing anything like this. Why would I, as a black person in America, want to see this? Especially since this is something I speak about against all the time, or as much as I possibly can, whether it's on here or offline. Why would I want to see that? What would be so entertaining about seeing what would be my ancestors in this position? Why would I be entertained by that? Even if I went to see a movie that had a slave narrative, I don't want to be entertained by that. I don't go there to be entertained. And the fact that you had this black man, whether the academy or not, create this and thought this was a good thing says a lot. But I seen a picture of him and I think he might be in the academy. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, he may or may not be, but he could be. But the thing that made, like I said, so funny was that it was mainly white people that were upset that this play did not win one award. They were talking about, oh, this is so racist. Oh, the Tonys is no different than this. Oh, so much for diversity. Here's the thing. Palm Colored, apparently the only reason y'all are upset is because y'all were the only ones that were caping for this damn production, because no black person of sane mind was caping for this shit. None that I know for damn sure I wasn't. So, you know, that's what made this funny. That's why this is a triple P, because they're the ones that's upset about a production that makes us look in the way that we do, and them in the way that they do, which means they were the only ones that found this entertaining. But to sit up there and say, oh, that's racist, I'm glad that the Tonys and whoever's over that board did not give them any awards. I actually applaud them for that. I really do. Now, because this session is done, they can't get nominated for any more awards. And the reason why I say that is because apparently, according to an article that got posted today, the showrunner, this Jeremy O'Harris, is taking the show back out on Broadway again in November. I wonder why. Let me guess. Because you didn't win any awards. Something tells me if this thing would have won some awards, that he would have not done another run of this show, at least not so soon. How ironic, he announces that he's going to do another run of Slave Play the night after the Tonys, when you get completely shut out after being the most nominated Broadway production in Tony history. I'm willing to bet if he had won even one award, they would not be so in a rush to do another run of this show. And I don't know why, because it's not like they can get nominated again, because it's for the same, like you can't get nominated twice. It's like double jeopardy. You can't get tried for the same thing twice. So I applaud the Tonys for, you know, not gifting them or awarding them any awards for this filth. You want to know who they lost a lot of their here's the kicker. You want to know who they lost a lot of their awards to? This play called The Inheritance, which is about a multi-ethnic, I'm trying to get the words right, multi-ethnic or multicultural group of Hall G men. Amazing, isn't it? I've always thought there was something real iffy about some of these Broadway productions, unless it's something that I can really see it for what it is. Like, I'll be honest, the last Broadway production I saw, and it wasn't even on Broadway, it was in the DMV area, was the Motown Musical. Phenomenal show. If y'all never got a chance to see it, I don't know if they're going to ever do another run of it, but I remember seeing it on New Year's Eve back in 2018, before 2019 came in. Wonderful production. The acting, the singing, everything was on point. And it really took me back into that time. And what was amazing is that I knew most of the songs, and I think that's what pulled me in. And I don't know if that got nominated for any awards or whatever the case may be, but even if it didn't, it was still a good show. One Broadway production I've always said I wanted to see, of course, is Lion King. That's on my bucket list. Before I die, I need to see that. But I don't need to see this, and I won't go see this. And I'm glad that it got shut out. But like I said, the funniest part about it is Palm Colored up in arms with their fake outrage. And y'all, those are your PC liberals. You know, the ones that so-called our allies, but they're really not. That's them upset and saying that this is racist and all types of stuff like that. No, it's not. It is not. Y'all got suckered into watching it. That was the point. To get views and eyes, they needed to do something, because they needed the views back, because they hadn't had shit going on for a whole year. So they said, hey, why don't we do this? Why don't we nominate this show that apparently had a lot of people watch it, give them all these nominations, and don't give them shit in return as a reward. Boom. And it worked like a charm, because I bet them ratings was through the roof. But that's really all I have to say about this. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments. You already know how we about to end this video, because it's a Triple P production.